Okay, so this one is injury prevention and recovery. First thing to say is there's a little bit of overlap here in terms of we're talking about this a bit with our clothing. So you could talk about some of these things here in clothing, and you can talk about some of the clothing things in here. Don't talk about them in both and repeat yourself and think, really good, I've cracked it. You haven't. Don't repeat yourself. You won't get 2 sets of marks. Right, so again, St George's Park, I'm using that as an example there. I actually went to St George's Park with an old football team that I was with, and we could use these underwater treadmills and bikes underwater and that sort of thing. Again, the kind of resistance that you get from water, and obviously I've put specificity here because if you are an athlete who needs to be doing running, but you can't run because you've got an ankle problem, well, actually, underwater, you might be able to run because there's less impact of running underwater. So you might be able to train more specifically and have less impact on your joints. So again, trying to think about how I can apply them principles of training, how I can, how that is helping the athlete. They had these hot and cold treatment pools there, so there'd be like a jacuzzi, and then you came out and then you had to walk through these freezing cold sort of areas. You did a couple of laps of that, and then you went back into the jacuzzi. And so there's a whole kind of theory around moving between hot and cold pools as a form of recovery. Next bit is cricket helmets. NFL, hockey, bobsleigh. This is kind of a standard, easy thing to talk about here. And it does it quite nicely in the textbook. Once we get our class set of them, that's in there quite nicely. Nutrition apps. I'm going to let you research nutrition apps because there's absolutely millions of them. Find a nutrition app. If you are an athlete who uses a decent nutrition app, then basically you can identify a lack of vitamins and minerals. Well, actually, if you've got a lack of vitamins and minerals, and that can lead to weak bones and muscles and could subsequently lead to injury. Loads of new nutrition like protein shakes are becoming quite standard now. Arguably, that's a technology where they're constantly improving them. I've put recovery garments and player trackers stuff here. I mentioned all that in the last video. So that's your call of whether you're doing it here or there. Don't do it in both, as I've already said. Hyperbaric chambers, oxygen tents, where I remember Wayne Rooney a couple of years ago broke his metatarsal, and there was this whole big hysteria of, is he going to be fit for the World Cup? Is he going to be fit for the World Cup? And he was sleeping in these O2 tents, where it's pure oxygen, so it's supporting the body in its recovery. So that's quite again. Research that in cryotherapy chambers. There was a Man City documentary a little while ago on Amazon where they were looking at Vincent Kompany, where he's going to like negative 40 conditions and having to stay in there for about 4 minutes and then come back out and then go back in, and basically just part of his recovery because he was consistently getting injured. Again, I've got some little research ones here that just from what I've found out about. This is a massive topic. Samsung Brain Band, and there's a lot of like massage machines now. If you ever get any massage therapy, then they get, rather than a masseuse doing it, they can get a machine and put it onto that particular area, and that may be able to improve your recovery there. So loads to get through there.